Hey, Jake here, board certified master arborist, cutting edge tree professionals. Walking on a stroll here this morning in the park in town, and a little ribbon caught my eye on a tree. I walked a little closer just to see what was going on. This is a really beautiful red oak, but it is overhanging the playground and it's on the border of the park. But I looked a little closer right here and I noticed some marks here with a little bit of black around them, and here and there, and we see all the way going up that. And what those are, after looking a little closer, those are marks from, it's the spikes that the arborists wear, which are okay for removals when we're removing a tree, but professional arborists climb on ropes when doing pruning because the spikes open up little wounds along the trunk. Unfortunately, in this tree's case, there's a disease in the area called oak wilt. I can't say for certain without sending samples to the lab, but it pretty much killed that entire top side of that red oak, that entire lead there. It looks like somebody had gone up to make a prune cut. I see one there. I see a couple small prune cuts. One other thing about pruning oaks is that because of the spread of oak wilt disease, any exposed cuts during the growing season can attract insects. It's like a entryway for certain like mold spores and fungal spores, things like that could get into the inside of the trunk and then spread disease. Sadly, I don't know whether it was from whoever climbed this spiking into it, or if it was from the cuts and maybe an infected saw, or what it was. It's hard to tell when these were made. It may have been this summer. There are certain municipalities and townships that have regulations, and some suggest best practices, but overall as arborists we suggest the best practice at a minimum for oak pruning. Saws, any pruning tools need to be disinfected with alcohol wipes, some sort of Lysol type disinfectant, and the pruning wounds need to be painted. We never spike any tree that we're pruning because it just creates wounds. These spike marks, there's still tissue beneath the bark. That's actually trunk wood, and you can see some sort of infection has begun, and it may have traveled up this side as well because I'm seeing a lot of dead on that side too, unfortunately. And oak wilt, one other thing to note about oak wilt is it's deadly and it's relatively rapid death. This is not just a minor concern. This is a large tree and it's been here for probably longer than I've been alive. Someone who doesn't have the proper training, proper credentialing, doesn't use the proper practices, just unfortunately put this tree into a death spiral. It could be limped along with treatments to try to slow the progression. It's not going to have much effect, unfortunately. This tree is going to be a candidate for removal here soon. If it truly is oak wilt, like I said, we would need to send some samples to the lab to confirm, but for how prevalent it is, it's highly likely. If you have trees, especially oak trees, the oak pruning window opens up here in November. It's when insects they go dormant mostly. We all know ticks, they're a different story. Hopefully it's not a bad year for ticks this year, but most insects go dormant, less vectors they call them, to move disease from one tree or place to another. Different types of disease can also move through the root systems of the trees, but we won't go there in this video. If you have oaks, now is a great time to get a hold of an arborist. We can take a look at your trees, guide you and help you make informed decisions about how to care for your trees so that you can feel confident that you did the right thing and that your trees will be happy for years to come. Thanks for watching today, guys. Have a great one. I'll talk to you next time.